Hello, and welcome to the Business Insights panel. And this is Unlocking the 50 Plus Market. I'm Ann Van Vleck of Community Care for Seniors, Prince Edward County. And with me today is Duarte Da Silva, CEO of the Chamber of Commerce, Sarah Fox of Visit the County. Today we're going to be talking about a growing opportunity for Prince Edward County businesses, the 50 Plus Market. And to explore what that means for local businesses, I'd like to start with Duarte. So, Duarte, Chambers of Commerce are in a great position to understand local business trends. What opportunities do you see for Prince Edward County businesses in the 50 plus market?
Well, we know by 2030 that people over 50 will make up about a third of the population and nearly half of all consumer spending. That's substantial. In areas like travel, home services, retail, and health, that's a lot of buying power from a particular demographic.
So Sarah, tourism is a major driver of our local economy, accounting for at least 30% of local employment, many spin-off economic benefits as well. How important is the 50 plus market to our local tourism economy?
It's very important. You might not believe this, but our Instagram followers, more than 25% of them are 55 plus. So that shows that there's a lot of interest online to learn more about the county, to visit here and learn more about our experiences. In addition to that, we ran a visitor experience survey pilot last year. Now this was just for 2 months in the fall, October and November, so it doesn't account for the entire year. But what it did show us that more than 70% of our respondents who were repeat visitors were over 55. So that shows that there's a strong correlation between this age group and folks who are coming here, spending the night, spending money, and engaging in all of the experiences that the county has to offer.
So Duarte, what are simple ways that businesses can attract, serve, and retain older customers?
Great question. There are some simple things that businesses can do. Train frontline staff to serve older adults with respect and patience. Allow a little more time for transactions or appointments, and make sure seating and waiting areas are accessible. And check that things like kiosks, signage, and physical spaces are easy for people to use with reduced vision, hearing, or mobility.
So yes, age-friendly services is smart business, but language matters too. So avoid patronizing terms like dear and sweetie. And most women dislike ma'am.
Yes.
And generational differences can also come into play. Older adults appreciate a sincere, you're welcome, while phrases like no problem may not feel as respectful to them. So Sarah, how can tourism-related businesses better attract and serve the older demographic?
One of the key areas, honestly, is providing excellent customer service, making sure that your staff is educated and knowledgeable how to serve this demographic properly. Because what we've also learned from that visitor experience survey pilot was that the number one way that people learned about coming to Prince Edward County as a tourist was word of mouth. So we understand that those personal experiences are very important in ultimately determining whether or not people want to come here and whether or not they'll recommend it as a destination.
So Sarah, what are older visitors looking?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. We are currently developing some new products or reviving old products actually, that we think are going to appeal to this demographic. Destination Canada has defined 2 different segments called culture seekers and the refined globetrotter. And so these groups are typically older, they love to travel without children, they're seeking authentic connection to place, authentic experiences and personal interactions. They love art, they love culinary experiences, and we think that that matches a lot with what the county has to offer. So through that, we're developing or reimagining the Arts Trail and the Taste Trail. And we'll be primarily targeting these groups. And we hope what that's going to result in is longer overnight stays and a more sustainable way to bring folks to the county.
So Duarte, I'd like to talk a bit about older adults as employees. Older adults can be a valuable part of the workforce, but they're often overlooked. Times are changing. People are living longer, healthier lives, and many choose to keep working after age 65. I call that unretirement. In Home Hardware in Picton and Wellington are local businesses that actively recruit older employees. Adam Busher of Picton Home Hardware really wanted to join us today, but he's traveling. But he's asked you to pass along some of his comments.
Yeah, and Adam's comments were really insightful and thoughtful, so I want to read what he said. He said, "We had great success hiring seniors at our 3 locations, Picton, Wellington, and Belleville. Employees aged 50 and over make up more than 50% of our active workforce. Older workers bring maturity, stability, and a strong work ethic. They also bring valuable knowledge, experience, steady judgment, strong customer insight, and a calm, respectful presence that enhances the workplace and customer experience. Customers frequently seek them out because they trust their advice. To employees hesitant to hire older workers, ignore stereotypes, evaluate older candidates on skills and attitudes. They'll boost your team and customer experience." I don't think Adam can be more right.
So what does an age-inclusive business community look like? It's simply a place where older adults feel welcomed as customers and employees, and where spaces and services are accessible, and where experience is valued. And when communities take that approach, everyone benefits, including the local economy.